What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Honest Tattooer Podcast. My name is John Mesa, and I'm joined by Matt Truiano.
Hey, you doing?
And G Money on the couch.
It's good, guys.
And our guest this week, Dan Price. What's up, man?
How are you guys?
Welcome to the
Appreciate you
podcast.
having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Beautiful setting here. Cool energy outside.
So, for the people that don't know you, let them know your name, where you're from, how long you've been tattooing, and where you're tattooing, where they can find you.
Sure. My name is Dan Price. I've been tattooing for about 18 years out of Delaware and Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. A little bit around the world, around the country, but mostly that. Specialize in black and gray realism. And yeah, it's been a hell of a ride.
Awesome, man.
So far.
Cool.
Awesome, man.
Led me to some cool places, some fun places, some challenging places, but I think it's all growth.
Tattooing will do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Did you always do black and gray realism?
I dabbled in other things, honestly. Yeah. You know, I tried in the beginning to get into color theory and stuff like that. And, you know, it was fun, but I felt like I would be more consistent in black and gray. And it was more my speed, you know, 5 tones, 6 tones.
Yeah.
Make it work color by numbers, like type of vibe. But I have a lot of respect for color artists, and the fact that color theory comes into play is a whole nother level of thinking.
It's appreciated to know that other people appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were talking earlier before about how I love so many other styles than the one that I actually do.
Yeah.
One, probably because I see that style every day around me. Like, it's not a super diverse in style. You know, we all learn from each other because we do similar styles. But in here, you look around, see all different types of work. You know, it's eye opening, and you have to appreciate the type of stuff that maybe I don't always have to do. Like I'm saying, line work. Like, yes, it has to be clean, but you know, there's areas for, you know, small, tiny hiccups or whatever that can be covered with shading or whatever. But when you're doing solid lines, solid color, you're going to see a blotch. You're going to see a missed line. You're going to see that. So to see it all super clean and done so well is definitely, you have to appreciate it.
We've said it a couple of times and people always get mad. A simple traditional tattoo is probably one of the most difficult tattoos you could do.
Yeah, 100%. And if you, from experience early on, like trying to dabble around people that really do traditional, it's like laughable. It's like, no, that's completely the wrong way to shade it. And you're like, what do you mean? It's supposed to be simple. Like, yeah, but you just don't put it there. That's not how you whip shade it out. So whatever it is, it's just, yeah, it's not easy at all. So I think I just have an appreciation because, like I said, it's a whole different mindset and genre that someone thinks about every day. And the things they might include in the design are somewhat similar than what black and gray guys do, but just in a whole different light. It makes it a whole different career almost completely.
Yeah, cool.
So this weekend, it's a big convention here in New York City.
Yeah.
It is the Empire State Convention done by, I believe, Ink Magazine and Stefano, and I don't know who else is involved in it.
Does Nico have anything to do with that?
No, I don't think he does. I remember
He has something to do with the Golden State one, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Carlos Torres and
It's like
Nico.
Carlos Torres, Nico, and Ink Mag kind of like all together put that on, right?
Carlos Torres is unbelievable.
Unbelievable tattoo artist.
And unbelievable guy too.
And I was going to say that. I was like one of the nicest dudes ever, you know?
Super nice.
Yeah. But there's going to be a ton of really amazing tattooers there this weekend.
Yeah.
Shout out to our boy Lalo. He's putting together really elaborate
He's putting an art show.
Art show there, yeah. And if you get the chance, well, actually, by the time this comes out, you guys are already going to miss it. But I got the whole backstory about what he's doing. And I didn't know this, that all the paintings that he's doing, he's collaborating with his brother who's in Colombia. He's deaf. And they're like raising money for him and his family and his kids and all that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's really cool situation.
That's right.
Yeah. That's awesome. I said it loud because it was like, it's quiet earlier. So we needed a big clap for that anyways. I need that clap to be like longer and to not stop abruptly.
Yeah.
I'm going to just do it for shits and giggles, but listen to this. It's like, hey, God damn, that thing's stop. It's a hard stop, bro.
Like, damn, dude, we got the crowd trained.
Did it hit or did it not?
Silence. Oh man, there's a big clap slow. Stop. Anyways, but
yeah, going back to Lalo, if you guys ever have the chance, check out his work. He's got a donation thing as what is it, Buy Me Coffee, that you can help support him and his brother. And I helped him do all the prints that he's making and selling this weekend. So
that's how you know they're good.
Man. Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully gonna try to go maybe tomorrow night to the convention just to walk around, see some people. Like, I don't know, man. Conventions are so different when you're coming as a spectator than when you're working it, especially as a tattooer or as an artist.
I love the conventions, and I used to love to work them and probably still would. But when I'm there just to enjoy it, I get to see all the different artists and I don't have to stress about the work.
Yeah.
Not that it stresses me out, but you don't have to.
It's no time crunch.
It's no FOMO.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You're not missing out on shit. You can walk around. You can check everybody out.
Yeah.
You're not leaving a client sitting at your station just hanging out.
I love when you asked me before if I'm thinking about going, and Heather's like, "Do you know who you're asking?"
no. Yeah, it's probably no. But I think something fair to talk about is about the cost of doing these conventions
For the artist or for the promoter?
For the artists.
Okay.
So for a tattoo convention, you're gonna have to pay to travel. You're gonna have to pay for your hotel. You have to pay for all your meals, drinks, and things you're going to definitely spend while you're on that convention.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to pay for your booth. And then maybe you might have to pay to promote yourself either through social media or whatever, to if you've never been to that city and you're trying to book yourself and you're not like a big name artist that you're like, oh, I'm going to freaking get booked up, dude. To spend money there. So I forget how much this convention cost. I feel like I've done it in the past, but I can't remember how much it cost.
Last I remember, it was $800 for a booth, but that was going back like 5-6 years ago.
5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think recently we got a few booths at the Philly convention for the shop, and they were $1,200
for a double or for.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure. We definitely had doubles, but I think we got two, so maybe $2,500 total.
Okay, I think that's right now because I feel like I
Yeah.
remember. For the,
if I'm not mistaken,
for the Empire, I think it was like $1,200 for a 2-artist booth.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I think it was $1,200 for a 2-artist booth. I think.
So a 2-artist booth is a single booth, though.
It's a single booth.
Yeah.
And most people try to get a double booth so they have some room.
Yeah.
Because the space is.
It's tight.
It is
it gets
tight,
tight.
bro.
It gets tight in there.
It gets really, really tight.
Every convention that I do, I go in telling myself, all right, I'm going to stay organized. I'm going to make sure that my shit's not spilling over onto the other guy's side. And then halfway through the first tattoo on Friday, I got shit everywhere and it's like a disaster.
It's a disaster. It's hard. It's really uncomfortable. And I kudos to the artists that go to conventions and freaking manage to feel organized and kill it and not feel like, oh my God, everything's everywhere, because it's really hard to do that.
I do love the camaraderie that you get with some guys, over the years and stuff. So it's always nice to do that. I always wonder, it's more of a question. I don't have an answer for it, but are conventions, the most efficient way these days to promote is more like where I'm thinking you were taking the question. It's, you do have to pay a lot of money to be there and you do get a lot of eyes on you.
Yeah.
How many of those eyes convert to clients? Who knows? There's probably a small percentage, which is fine. But again, the cost to get there, the cost to promote it, whereas now you're just promoting on a social media platform.
Right.
And, some guys are just getting flooded, off that consistent social media drive and, all the work that they're putting on there. I feel like now it is, just going to, and it's not a bad thing, but just going to see everybody and going to be in a group.
Just go and hang out, man.
And
you can still be part of the party without having to pay for the
and everybody's
whole thing,
happy. You know what I mean? Everybody's making their money and having fun, and it's a good catch up for the weekend. Everybody has a reason to come out to your city or wherever it's at. I think it's still very cool. I just I sometimes question, again, back in when I started, big clients were coming to conventions all the time. It was crazy to see the, Mike DeVries, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. And I don't know if you're Roman and Nico and all these guys when they were first getting big, and, it was a crazy turnout to those things. And it was almost like celebrity status because tattooing had reached that point of holy shit, there's some people in this game that people can't even afford. And if you can, that's your upper echelon guy. And then started coming out with the DVDs and the how-to books and the practice skins, and it just kept evolving and evolving. But that, I'm not around it enough to say, you know, that it's not there anymore. But I just felt like it was like this new rush that hit the world, like as far as how realistic and how awesome people could make shit look on skin. Like it almost took like a leap pretty quickly.
I mean, I remember a couple of years ago at a convention, I think it was at the Empire one. Like I was walking around and I went by like Nico's booth and it looked like he was doing a seminar, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so sick.
He must have had like 60 dudes like all around his booth and they were not moving. They were just standing there. They're going to watch him do this like freaking probably 7 or 8 hour tattoo.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude, like that is a crowd, bro. That is a crowd.
And for them, that's the reason, you know, for them to go, you know, like
Still learn.
I'm not
Nico's here.
I'm not on that, you know, that level. So if I was, and I knew that when I sat down and, you know, people respected my work that much where I'd have a literal crowd just hanging out, watching me, like maybe soaking up some game, you know, trying not to interrupt me being nice. Like that's gotta be awesome feeling,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. You've inspired thousands of people, you know, to start, whether,
Yeah.
you know, this generation or the last generation of tattooers like it, like so much spawns from kids getting like inspired by that shit, you know,
For sure.
whether
For
they
sure.
started in the house or not, like we all fucked up at times. Like
Yeah.
it's just,
I wonder
Yeah.
if there's still artists that travel and then have clients that travel with them to the conventions.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
remember hearing that a while back,
Oh yeah.
and I always thought that was so fucking cool. Like this artist would go from city to city, and then their client would just follow them, and just work on the sleeve.
Just
yeah, you
working
see
out.
those same guys walking
Yeah.
around shirt off, like repping the work. Like
Yeah,
when I was done my back piece for Daniel, like that's what I was doing. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's a rite of, you know, patches thing. Like he has a guy that comes with him pretty much everywhere, head to toe, like almost finished, if not finished, just doing touch up work, like here and there,
yeah.
tightening things up. But like it
Just show
looks
off his
so
work.
sick,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
And he
just to
comes
show off his work.
everywhere, just crazy. Yeah. Then enters it in everything. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, that's it still exists, but that's kind of what I miss. Like there was people rocking with like groups, and that's more like the Jose Lopez's and the Clowns and like all them guys. They still do that, bro. That's family. Like they're
It's
drawing every day, and they're
Yeah.
big involved in like the community of tattooing, and I respect that because I don't think I ever, you know, got to touch that in my career so closely, like a lot of them guys have.
Well, tattooing's changed so much. You
Yeah.
know, I feel
Yeah,
like
it
it's
has.
changed so much. I remember also like Jess Yen would travel with like a whole gang.
Yeah.
Oh
All
yeah.
his big pieces,
Oh
right?
my goodness.
Yeah,
All those
dude.
guys were together.
All those guys were
Dude.
together, bro. He would have a whole row of tattooers.
Don't
His-
nobody work? Or like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah, dude. He would have a whole group, you know, he would have like his like hierarchy of apprentices that were kind of like the one that was the closest to him that was
Yeah.
working, then like different tiers dudes, and then like guys that he had like he's done his back pieces and they would just chill by his booth, just
Yeah.
on like put the thong on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hell
showing
yeah.
off their work. And that was just so dope to be able to see those kind of tattoos that like
That's awesome.
take, you know, like when you showed us your back earlier, like, oh, this
Yeah.
took 50 hours to complete. Like, when was the last time you really get to see a tattoo that took 50 hours to complete and what that really,
Yeah.
the power that has,
Yeah.
you know?
I just think it also teaches us as artists, like the it's kind of like the patience that you want out of your clients as well. But like, it's hard to get that from them because we're kind of in it and see it differently and understand how much time it takes. And a lot of people, they regurgitate a lot of information so fast these days that they're not willing to wait a year and a half for the investment, you know,
Yeah.
like a lot of things in life, you know what I mean? It's
I mean,
It's
that
tough
goes,
to
that
see.
comes back
Yeah.
to the put me to sleep and have 8 dudes on my back so I
Yeah.
can walk
Yeah,
around,
yeah,
bro.
I
Yeah.
want to finish this in one
Yeah.
session
Yeah.
today.
I mean, but honestly,
Yeah.
I'm
Nah.
I was telling you earlier, you can have two sides to everything, right? Like that's pretty cool if you're getting it done by 8 solid ass dudes that like you would otherwise have to, but it kind of takes away that experience that, you know, you going in and developing a relationship, you know, a friendship with the artist. And
It's like buying
know,
a shirt.
yeah, exactly.
It becomes like buying a shirt,
you're
bro.
buying a
Nah, I feel
permanent
you. I feel
shirt.
you.
You just bought a permanent shirt. Like, it's not like the whole experience of getting tattooed.
And I agree. And then business wise, like I said, other side of it, you know, people are happily paying $100,000 a session for this. And,
Yeah.
you
Because
know,
they want what they want. And I
Yeah.
want it now.
yeah.
JDG
Yeah.
Workforce.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just cheap to me. Like that kind of instance just like cheapens tattoo to me, because it's like, okay, you're really talking about like money wise, like sure, it's like it's lavish and expensive, like $100,000 to drop, right, to get that done all in one session by 8 caliber artists all at the same time while you're under. Crazy. But to me, it's like it takes the real value out of tattoo, which is all the experience, the time, a little bit of the sweat that maybe you like almost passed out twice, in all those sessions. But
for sure,
the rites of passage,
that rite of passage,
the rites of
it's
passage.
like you completely bypass that. To me, it's just like I don't care how much you paid. Like it sucks to me, but
to balance it, again on the business end, it's like most of your clients, if not like 99.9% of them, are not doing that. So hopefully you get to have those good experiences with the other 99.9% of people, and you make a great living doing that every once in a while for sure. That helps.
Oh, for sure.
And then you got to remember, whatever that person doesn't give a shit about that experience, and you don't always have.
They don't care about the worth of that.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's always going to be there.
And that's fine, because like honestly, if a guy came in, right, and he was like, yo, I want to get this done. Matt, John, Gabe, I want you guys to fucking tattoo my back. I'll pay you all $25,000 each.
I would do it. I would totally do it.
Yeah, and that's where
it's like money talks, bullshit.
Yeah, that's kind of where it ends in the conversation. They don't appreciate it, but every once in a while you might take that.
You'd be like, my kids would like this.
Exactly.
It's like, my kids will appreciate
You got to
this.
bring it home.
What's wrong with you guys?
Gabe's like,
I'll take your 25.
I can.
Hell yeah, I'll take the 25. I'll be like, let's go.
I can agree with you though, in the sense of it kind of dulls it down, the experience, and that's what we appreciate as artists.
No, for
sure. Know what I mean? But that client that has a whole different job and whole different mindset is like, bro, this is it. Like if I'm going to do it, I'm doing it like this.
For sure. If it's going to do it.
And they're like fucking experience. Like I'm not here to be like super cool with you. Like let's get this working.
You know what? Dan, I'm going to agree with you there. I mean, just like when John was joking, he was like, well, you're telling me you won't take 25? I'd be like, hell yeah. I'm just a contractor, I guess, right now at this point.
You're like, fuck this.
And again, it's just money, it's evolution, I think it's not me combating anything. It's just whether you like it or not. Things are going to evolve. New things are going to come out. People are going to go, what the hell is that? Like, why would people do that? And some people are going to be the ones doing it. And some people are going to be those other people talking about why they're doing it. And I think that's honestly what pushes the needle all the time.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, bro. If you're asleep, bro, I'm playing 21 Savage and calling you a pussy the whole way, bro. But when you wake up, we're like, thank you so much, man. Pay up, bro. No worries.
Nah, cool process though too. Rocha had asked me to help him do that on one of his clients. The guy was already, I think, heavily tattooed, I would assume. I don't know if it ever ended up going through on their end, but I would have rocked it. I mean, great artist, you know what I'm saying? Like cool work to be next to, regardless of the project. But
I read a little kind of like writing by Megan Jean Morris talking about she got the opportunity to do something like that. And she said that it was enjoyable for her as an artist. But the thing that was very uncomfortable, it's like sometimes you tell your clients to position themselves in ways where it makes it easier to tattoo them. So to just have a dead person kind of on you, man.
I've always thought about that too.
It has to be kind of a pain in the butt, especially like imagine if it's like a big dude and the weight when you sometimes put somebody, you move them and where you want them to go and that weight just keeps pushing back.
Yeah.
That kind of has to be a pain in the ass.
For sure.
Oh yeah. I didn't think about that.
Like you move a big arm and then the arm's just trying to go back in the other position. That it has to be.
I'd probably try and ask them a few times before I realized they were
You're like, man,
this guy's not paying attention to us at all.
So one thing you told us that you tattooed some famous people.
Yeah. I mean, and I appreciate it. I always tell myself and everyone else, like, I don't think it's super special. I mean, there's a lot of people that have tattooed a bunch of guys, but yeah, I've had some great experiences, opportunities to tattoo like Justin Bieber, Future. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Ronnie J. He's a great producer, produced for Kanye, produced for Ty Dolla $ign, produced for a lot of the up and coming Florida rappers, and now really big in the game. But yeah, just like athletes, it's some sparks or lightning in the bottle type stuff that you got to take advantage of and you got to put the work in for. And
For sure.
You know, it was a hell of an experience. Like they really make you learn, you know, a different way of life, a different way to maneuver. You know, you find out, you know, it's not on your time.
I was going to say that you got to work on their schedule.
Yeah, 100%. And that's okay. You know, you get rewarded for that in so many ways, you know, or eventually, if not right away, you know what I mean? Sometimes you kind of have to prove yourself first before anything is said or done, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a trust thing.
Yeah. 100%.
Right, at that level.
I'll add, I never got the benefits of tattooing a celebrity.
Sure.
Most people that have tattooed celebrities don't feel like they got anything from it other than just to be like, oh yeah, I tattooed that person.
I got a photo with this guy.
Yeah, that's about the only thing.
And it's, I think just because, you know, we've been tattooing a long time. I've been tattooing like almost 18 years, 17 years. And, you know, I have no grandeur expectation of the whole situation. It's more like, wow, like you were in the right place, right time. Take advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't fumble it, you know.
I think the major thing that I've experienced tattooing celebrities is some of them think like they're doing you a favor for letting you tattoo them.
Mhm.
And I'm like, bro, you need to pay up, dog. Especially because this is at a very uncomfortable time. Like I'm really putting myself out here to do my best work for you, you know, at 4 o'clock in the morning in a rap studio. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If my customer that comes in on my time at like when I tell them to show up pays this much, you are not paying less than them. You are paying more than them. Plus, your net worth is way higher. So I expect more from you. And then some of them feel that it's like, what? What do you mean? You know, people give me free clothes. People give me free shit all the time. Why shouldn't I get these free tats from you, bro?
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, because you passing me a blunt means nothing to me, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's a tough, you know, card to play sometimes, honestly. And it's definitely not for like the faint of heart, you know, people that get super frustrated about things. Like I've talked to some of my boys for a long time, whether it be the guy shooting me, the person that got me, the client that knows that person. You know, how do you maneuver this? Like when you've been in a situation, how have you acted? You know, how have they reacted? What's the situation? And a lot of guys, like I use Metro Boomin, for example, a producer for them. Like, I think the way that it worked for him was to give these beats out and to have these people experience the vibe that they could get off of his music.
Yeah.
And I genuinely believe that he didn't get paid for a long time. And when these guys realize that you're riding and you're not expecting the money, same thing with us. Like if you have the opportunity to work with them that many times, you really do get rewarded on the back end. Like they see the loyalty as more of a payment at first, I think, at least at the level of like a Future or a Bieber. It's like everyone wants the content from me. Everyone wants the experience, but you know, it's like a what about me thing where they're trying to feel human. It's like, yeah, bro, I'm going to pay you, but like, just give it a sec, you know, like we just met and like everyone wants something from me. So I will pay you and I'll probably pay you more than you've ever been paid, but just don't talk about it.
Oh yeah. That's one of those things where it's like either I will do my service, not talk about it. I don't care about taking a photo, but just pay me for my time accordingly, or pay me in social currency and, you know, give me the attention through so I can get clients, so I can get more people that respect you, will take your word for, yo, this guy's my guy. This guy's really good. You should get tattooed by him. Then pay me in that sense. Cause I feel like one of the two has got to give, you know, either you make me sign that NDA and I tell nobody about it and it doesn't matter. And we'll have a good time. I'll tattoo you like I would tattoo anybody, but then you got to pay me, you know?
I think our demographic of art too still it's evolved within us, but I still don't think it's reached an appreciation level of a painting or a cause doll, you know, that's 50K for, you know, 12-inch doll, whatever it is.
Yeah, little statue.
And, you know, this is maybe far-fetched thinking, but, you know, does our level of work, because it's permanent, because we get one time to do it, because, you know, we have to show up every single time for long periods of time and have a lot of patience with people that don't really want to sit down that long. Will our artwork ever reach millions in value? like just for being that painter, except we're painting it on you. We're not painting it on the wall. And I guess it's like the lasting thing. Can you hand it down? Can you?
That's why it won't.
Can
reach
you give it
that
to the
level.
next generation?
Because you can't.
Yeah.
You know, like you can buy a tattoo, but you can't you could get a tattoo. You can't just sell it to somebody else, you know? Sure. And that's why art continuously appreciates because you can buy a painting for $5, sell it to somebody else for $7, and then it can keep going as it changes hands, and that it's going to keep bumping its value up. But a tattoo, it's like, oh, I paid this for that. You just own it. You're going to die with that. Yeah. That's the value of that. You get to die with it. It's something very special.
I agree.
And I think that like when it comes to the value of a tattoo and what it's worth, it's just almost the same as fine art. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody can just see like a black square painting, you know, that's sitting in a museum for like $20 million. And they're like, what? I can't believe that's worth $20 million. But an art critic knows the history of that painting and knows why it's worth $20 million. And then somebody that is a collector of art knows that it's like, I'm going to invest my money on this $20 million piece of work because, you know, they know the history of it. They know the artist's history and they can tell its story. But somebody that doesn't, they're like, I wouldn't pay $20 for that. Why would I have that? You know?
Yeah, no, I agree. I guess I can't invest into your back piece, you know?
Right.
And eventually make, you know, a ton of money on selling it.
Not unless you plan on getting a really sharp knife.
And I think that's the case. If you remember a few weeks back, we had Ed from Tattoo Armor on the podcast, and he was able to hook us up with a discount code for our followers. So Tattoo Armor is literally the best way to wrap your client. I've been using it. Matt's been using it, and it's just awesome. There's no mess, there's no glue, and it's just super comfortable. I hope you can try it for yourself and just go on to Tattoo Armor and use the code Honest Tattooer for 20% off your order. Talking about celebrity tattoos, last week was, or this week, just a couple of days ago, was the Met Gala here in New York City. And if you don't know what the Met Gala is, it's actually a fundraiser event that happens here in New York City. It happens at the Museum of, the Metropolitan Museum of Art here. And is organized to just get a bunch of money and then donate it to a foundation, right? And the way that it works, you know, tickets, this is freaking wild. They used to be $35,000 a ticket. Now they're $50,000 a ticket to attend. And then what happens is big brands, usually fashion brands, they will buy tables at like $350,000 a table. And then what they'll do, they'll invite celebrities that they want to dress up in order so they can get publicity.
So the $50,000 ticket is for 75. No. Okay. So $75,000 ticket is for GA.
Yes, that is just to get in.
Me and you want to go.
Well, you get a seat. You're going to get a seat. You're going to pay, you can pay 75 grand. You're going to get it to go in and sit down and mingle with some celebrities.
And make the fucking best of it.
Yeah, you can make the best of it. You got 75K to blow, you can possibly attend the Met Gala.
Hey, listen, you got 75K, you might be able to do a few things, you know.
You can do a lot, you know, but you can go there and, you know, schmingle, you know, you're not going to go to the after parties, which is where everybody really wants to go to, but you can go and get your picture taken by Vogue and all of these other big magazines and publications, etc. Now, one thing that was like a big deal was how many super celebrities were heavily tattooed. I say we look through some of these guys and talk about their tats. Because it always cracks me up to look at celebrities' tattoos.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know who half these people are.
Well, we can click them. And if we don't know, we can probably figure it out what they do. So let's start off with...
Hold on. I don't have anything here.
Check your DMs, your direct DMs. I didn't send you as a text, just a DM.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
There we go. So let's start off with the mega talented superstar, Ariana Grande.
Oh my goodness.
Who I actually had the pleasure of tattooing once.
Nice.
And I gotta say, she was extremely, extremely nice. Extremely polite girl.
She is super funny.
Yes, she's super nice and super funny.
Cool. Yeah.
Super nice, super funny.
Where did she get the majority of these done, or is it all by different people? Do we know?
So I do know that most of her work got done by this female tattoo artist from Brooklyn. and I think it's like Girl K or something like that. I forget the exact name of this artist, but she does a lot of just line work stuff. So as we can see, Ariana's got some freaking hand sleeves because she ain't got another tattoo anywhere to be seen, really.
Hand sleeves.
She just got hand sleeves.
Let's go.
Yo, just
She got the
hand
gloves. She got the
sleeves.
gloves.
my guy.
She got the hand sleeves, yeah. Okay.
She got hand sleeves.
Yeah.
So
Not one good looking tattoo on this.
You know what's crazy? She could look hella tatted if she's got like a long sleeve hoodie, just the hands exposed.
that's yeah.
They're
She
gonna be
looks
she's
super hella
alternative
tatted.
as
You know,
Yeah, finger tattoos are
so
they're
hot
tough.
right
Yeah,
now.
and they are, but they are tough. You know, like no, I feel like I've only seen a few people, and I honestly can't even say who they are. Just in passing, I've seen a few people with really really sharp single line, one passer. And it looks great. Now, how long it's going to look great, I'm not sure. But in that moment, looked like, damn, that's healed. Like, holy shit, that actually looks clean. It's not super blown out. Can't see it on the other side of your finger. Like, but yeah, it's rough, man.
My favorite hand tattoos that are like in this kind of vibe are the ones that are consistently full blown out. Like, like the lines were made to be blown out and they're blown out
Yes.
everywhere, but it's so consistently that you're like, that looks perfect.
Yep. So long as there's enough space too. A lot of it's just crunched up, like,
exactly. But it's just like, whoever did it knew exactly what they were doing. They're like, there's enough space for this to blow out, enough space for it to breathe, and it's going to look solid, And I feel like if you're going to do a tattoo and especially with like over the knuckles, you got to go all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't shy about it. Just go.
Yeah. I'm
Go
used to
in.
using like my liner on like 5.5, like not for the finger. You kind of like, I don't even know honestly how to do it correctly. If someone like really that tattooed fingers all the time and crushed it, like the guy who tattoos the palms all the time, they come out super clean.
Luke
like,
Ashley.
Okay. Like I honestly don't understand this. I think I need a seminar because like, I feel like in one seminar, you like,
I don't even get it.
there's some type of technique that has to be,
Yeah.
like it's already stretched to the max. Like
So
they're stretching
from
their
the
palm back.
people that, I have my palms done and they've been there for a long time. And, the people that I've seen do these kinds of tattoos on palms.
Don't reveal any secret information, dude. Gatekeep it as hard as you can. Don't.
We'll save it for the after show. How about that? We're going to save that talk for the after show, but I'll tell you all about it later. But,
Rewind.
I think like the shame with like this, with Ari's tattoos that could look really cool. They have a sense of rushed to them. Like when you look at them, they looked rushed.
I don't like them.
I don't feel that way at all. I don't feel like they were rushed. I just feel like they're just not done well.
Yeah, I just don't think they're good.
Yeah.
Makes her, I don't know. Oh, man.
I
In my
know.
opinion, it makes her hands look bad.
Yeah.
It takes away
I
from
can
her.
agree.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
also
add.
can agree though that like there's really, again, I've only seen a few people nail finger tattoos where you're like impressed with them. And sometimes I don't even think they're meant to like impress. It's like cool little shit that you want to get and like it's fun to look at for maybe you get it done twice or 3 times just to get it in there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's people out there that are just like killing, like just John said, like great hand tats. They know the hands.
impossible spots. It seems
They're just consistent in those really hard spots. And with enough money and like research, like Ariana could have gotten some killer like hand tattoos if she wanted to just go that route.
My
You
God,
know what I
have
mean?
you seen some of
Like,
those
what?
like hands that fucking Guy Le Tattooer, that guy from
Yes.
France, bro? Like
oh my goodness.
blasted till the freaking cuticle, bro, and it looks perfect, bro.
It's like you said, it's like
healed perfect.
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. See,
Look
they're-
him up if
they're-
you want to.
what is
Guy the Le Tattooer. Man, his work is just so freaking clean,
Mhm.
so powerful looking. It's just
in tough spots too.
in tough
Like,
spots, bro. Super tough.
When I see, even blackout sleeves or just work on like the darker side, it's like how solid people get it on the elbow with like a 788 mag.
Yeah, right.
Like I
don't
just don't
that
understand.
either.
I just don't understand, man. And it's so black. It's like it doesn't even take a step backwards when it heals. It literally is so saturated.
That's so tricky when you're going over like a knuckle or an elbow or something like that, where the skin is already thinner.
Yeah.
So your natural tendency is to back off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But then also that skin is probably calloused.
It's tougher
So
than what it
gotta
looks
go
like.
through
You
it.
got to go through it.
But then if you go too far, you're actually hitting
Yeah.
bone. And it's
I'm not thinking about my mag like backing off when I'm in an area like that. Like in my head, I feel like it's just slicing through their knuckle.
yeah.
But like there's guys, you know, my business partner got tattooed by Mesa. Big
Mhm.
Mesa.
Big Me's.
I said it was like the most painful tattoo of his life. Like it goes all the way down his fingers on every one. And he was
Oh.
just straight up to the cuticle, like you said.
Yeah.
And it was just menacing. Like, I don't understand.
No mercy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just it.
and those guys, like, they don't feel anything for you.
No.
They're
like, I'm here to
drilling,
do my
like,
job, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You chose this for yourself.
Yeah. And every day just torturing people like happily. Just
Yeah. You chose this life, my guy.
That's 100% it though. Like you have to not just, you can't care about how the other person's feeling at
Right.
that time.
No, I think I do. Like I have
I
such,
do
I have
too.
such a light hand, you know,
Yeah.
or so I'm told, you know, like, and I think everyone in my shop has a relatively light hand. We all do, you know, black and gray. So obviously you can get it pretty light. Obviously, you know, when you got to saturate with anything, you got to saturate, you know, it's got to go, you know, fully done. But
Dig
we
that
have
sucker in there.
yeah, we have this great opportunity to just wisp it across the skin.
Yeah.
Never have to get used to like hammering it in.
All right. Who's next?
Next,
Cara Delevingne?
Cara Delevingne,
Cara Delevingne? Yeah.
who
She's, tattoos aside, that diamond chainmail thing that she's wearing has got to be like $1 million.
for
right?
sure, it has to be all of the money. All of the money.
They're all lab grown.
So now what's the deal?
Take a few hundred K
designers, they just let them wear that. Like, so did she buy this to wear?
No.
No.
They're just like, here, wear this and promote
And
it. for
usually
us?
never.
Yeah.
Like none of these people really are paying for this. Like
Yeah.
it's all being paid for like as a brand marketing thing for
Right.
the
They're
brand.
paying for exactly what, just for, to be seen in it,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then some super rich wife from some Dubai oil magnate is gonna be, I want that.
Yep, exactly. Sold out.
And then she's gonna buy it. That's usually, I'm
Sold
not even
out.
kidding. That's usually like the people that buy those things are super wealthy aristocrat people that they're like, oh, I saw that. I want it.
This isn't on the shelf.
Where are you going to wear this?
You know?
Besides here.
Yeah,
besides
here,
the Met
here,
Gala.
here,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, like
I'll
they're
save
like,
it for my.
I want it. I want to buy it.
And how many times are you going to wear that to the Met Gala?
Right.
And they'll buy it and wear it
Only
one time.
once. Yeah, exactly.
Buy it and wear it one time. On her tattoos, man, there's like that little face on the side of
Yep,
the arm.
yep, I see that.
Looks pretty.
Looks okay.
It looks
That looks
okay,
pretty
man.
good.
That
Yeah.
looks okay.
And you know
Yeah.
what?
And I think she has one of those designs from the. Is it a girl or guy that guested or worked over at Bang Bangs that does the real small like
Oh, the circular one.
painting? Yeah, the circle.
Yeah.
That's the one that you
paintings.
see right next to that,
Yes,
that little
yeah,
circle
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Who was that again? I forget.
That's
her name.
Eva K.
Yes.
Eva K.
I wonder if that's who did that. It looks kind of like
The one with the square. I feel like the
Yeah.
square one is different than the one from the circle
the
that's
one with
right
the
next
dots
to it.
almost looks fake when you zoom out. Like it looks like it was photoshopped.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
does.
almost looks
It
photoshopped.
does.
Yeah, it does.
You know what? I would typically hate that one, but for whatever reason, I kind of like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
The
it's
dot
really
one,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
I do like the dot one. I
Yeah.
think it's nice. There's something about it that doesn't make me hate it.
I want to play that game where you got to connect everything and make it squares.
Yeah, that's good.
It surprises me sometimes though that
Yeah.
people this well put together with their face out there all the time and like always being, you know, on camera. The work is some of the work is really good, but it's different styles all over the place. Like if I was, I guess it's just me, but if I was that person, I would get one style. Like I would keep like this
So,
brand.
This is what I was thinking about this, right? These guys, they did not dress themselves. A stylist dressed them.
Right.
They need to hire some tattoo stylists.
There you go.
Yeah.
A tattoo stylist, someone's like, look, I'm going to freaking pick all the tattoos for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some kind of harmony with everything that you got going on because you're all over the place with
I think
this.
you're onto something.
There's a $1 billion business right there.
I'm swear to God, I feel like it is because like so many people want to be tattooed. They want to look tattooed, but they have no fucking idea what the fuck to pick.
Now we're
So-
consultants
yes.
for sure.
Let's do this. Let's start this business thing, bro.
For real.
If you need somebody to pick your tattoos, just
Honest tattoo
Yeah.
consulting firm.
yeah.
Like don't get 6 different styles on one sleeve, please. I got
oh my
you.
God. Yeah. Like just,
Unless you like the patchwork stuff, I respect it. You know what I mean? it's usually in the same style, you know, like miniature.
Yes.
But if you have like black and gray and then a color and then a geometrical and then a miniature tattoo and then letters and then
it looks terrible. I don't like that at all. It just looks bad.
To each their own again.
I mean, if you're a fashion person, it's like, oh, I'm going to wear like Tommy Hilfiger with some Rick Owens boots. Like, what?
And people do it now. So I guess
like, what is that about? That looks weird. Next guy.
Who this?
He is a famous artist in Latin America, Raul Alejandro. And
looks like he has a Dragon Ball piece on his right arm.
He's like a Spanish Weekend. I'm going to put him like that.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, he makes that kind of music, like very weekendy music, pop star type stuff. And like he has a Naruto tattoo over there and a huge chest piece, it seems like, because it's coming out of both sides of his almost shirt. His almost shirt.
That flag that he's wearing.
Yeah. And
it's like a banner poncho.
And
what's on it? A palm tree? Oh yeah,
it's a palm tree.
It's just a drape. It's just
a drape
over
tied over the shoulder. Yeah, on both sides.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fashion.
That's the part where, like, man, you know, these outfits are probably in the, you know, $20,000 outfit.
I'm not gonna. Can I just ask? Are you allowed to choose?
Your
like,
fit?
do you get a stylist, like a room full of clothes? Like, hey, bro, like,
options.
You got 25 options because that one is wilding.
I'm pretty sure that you can just say, nah, I don't want to wear that, bro. Who's going to tell you no?
They didn't
gotta wear this.
I feel like they didn't tell him that, though.
It makes me think of the Seinfeld episode with the puffy shirt.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a pirate.
It's a matter of like, honestly, dude, you know, even if he felt at any point in time like this outfit looks lame, he had like 10 people in that room. Oh my God, you look amazing. They're going to die when you go.
Boundaries.
You're pushing back.
Yeah.
You look incredible. And then that just completely, they're like, I guess they look
You're
incredible.
setting the trend. You're setting it. You're setting it.
But for real, they push that, though.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Yeah, like,
absolutely, bro.
Look, like, we need the next 4 or 5 Spanish artists to look like you. We need you rocking this palm tree magic carpet.
You started something.
The sash.
You definitely did, bro. All right, let's go to the next one because I can't really say much other than his tattoos other than they look busy and I can't even read some of the stuff that's on his arm like at all. It's illegible. The only thing that I know this in Naruto is because of that hair and the headband.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yep.
Oh, Naruto. Okay, I said Dragon Ball Z. I don't know the difference.
I will say, I spy a very bad neck tat.
Oh, the face?
That lady had?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That thing is.
Man, I wish the tattoo artists were tagged on this.
That's a snake pit. That's a snake pit right there.
That is a snake pit tat, bro.
Hell yeah.
And it's like, that is rough, my guy. That is rough.
Let's go.
Next lady, Quana Rose. I don't know where she's from. She's
like a fashion model, it says.
Fashion model.
Okay.
She's Native American and she has some cool, like, minimal Native American tats. And
is that a face tattoo?
Where
or
are you
is
getting
that
all this information about these people?
I just clicked on the IG to check who it is.
She's
Okay, I got it.
Okay. The ones
on her face, is that makeup or a tat?
That's a tat, man.
Oh, nice. Oh, she got the ear. She got the ear done too.
Yes, side of her face.
I mean, I kind of like this stuff if it's done cleanly and well. It's pretty. I mean, it's not easy to do dots that are larger to smaller when you start with a 3.
I like her tattoos.
Yeah,
man.
I was going to say the same thing.
I like her
that septum
tattoos.
piercing too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like her
she
tattoos.
Got the chin done.
Yeah, she has her chin, and when you see, there's a picture in her IG where you see the ones that are like on her face, and those triangles that are right by her face, they're perfectly symmetrical. When you see them like going straight ahead,
yeah,
and it looks awesome.
She's definitely doing well.
I just pulled up another like photo down her profile just to see if there was like a good like straight on portrait.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
And there is. And I just found one. And exactly what you said, like a lot of this stuff like seems easy to the viewer.
That's so hard to do.
Oh, yeah, it's hard.
Oh my goodness.
That's right down the middle, and the ones on the side of her face to get them perfectly symmetrical. Like it looks like, oh man, it looks great.
So because they're done so well, they complement her face really nice. So
They do. And you know what's crazy? The ones that are like on her like shoulders and like collarbone, they're not super clean when you see them up close, but who gives a crap? It still looks like it looks right. It
I feel
looks
like it
fine.
takes me an hour and a half to stencil my style of tattoos, and it would take me an hour and a half to stencil that size tattoo as well.
For me too. Because I
Like-
would just be obsessing that it's perfectly.
I do like smaller
on
tattoos,
the spot,
like
you know?
tattoos on my girl, and she's like, "Oh yeah, let me just get this. It'll take 30 minutes. It takes us like 4 hours. I'm like 3 hours for a tiny."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm telling you, it's so much more planning and like designing, and it's
There's less
even
margin
harder
for
mentality.
error. A lot less margin for any error to go down. But
the one on her shoulder where it leads over to like this little sun looking thing.
yeah.
That looks like it's pretty cool. It's probably symmetrical on the other side. It looks like
Yeah,
almost.
it looks like she's going for the full like symmetrical vibes, and it looks good. I like it. Even like,
Alright.
you know, I'm not a fan of chin tats on anybody, but these look awesome.
Yeah,
She's working it.
yeah,
So kudos, Quana Rose. You're
yeah.
doing
She
the
must be
damn
doing
thing.
well.
Doing the damn thing. She's 21, very young, and she's killing it. Next up,
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton. And
this guy's a rock star. In my
So-
Yeah, he
eyes.
is. Yeah, he's the man.
he's kind of the man, but like, man, I saw the hand tattoo when he first got it done.
Mhm.
I wasn't crazy about it when I saw it fresh, and looking at it healed, still not a fan.
Still not crazy about it.
Still not a fan. But I get it. This is a look. It's a style.
Yeah, it's like well, I can't see the clarity of it, but it's like Oscar Carmo. It's like I love his work. It's very planned out in that
Yeah.
style, though, not just like random. It's
If you click on his page, he's got this shot there. You can zoom
Oh,
a little
nice.
bit better.
You got the
Oh,
little
there we go.
all-seeing eye triangle. It doesn't look great.
No.
Yeah, it just doesn't look great.
It doesn't look great.
It's it's too small, my guy. We need to do this simpler or do it bigger.
Mhm.
Take a pick. Either we do it simpler if we're going to do it this size, or we do it bigger.
Because I think bigger that would have been sick.
Yes. Bigger
Another
that would
inch
have
on
been.
either side, 2 inches on either side. Yeah, you're like going over to the side of the hand. That would have been cool.
Yeah. Like that little hourglass,
Oh,
that
man, I
tiny
was just
little
gonna say that.
hourglass. You make that thing a little bit bigger, dude, and that thing would have been cool.
Looking at this big ass pinky ring. And
If he would have done
Jesus.
the hourglass as big as that pinky
Yeah,
ring is, dude, that could have been pretty cool, actually. But it
You know what I do got to say, though? That line going over the knuckle, down the middle finger, all the way down, that's clean.
Pretty
That's clean.
Yeah.
That's clean. And that's hard to do. Super hard to do.
I think he's got a lot of other work though. He's definitely got a sleeve.
Look at you see the ring finger with the little planets,
Yeah.
Saturn and the star, and I think that's I don't know Jupiter or something. It's got to be so tough to do there, bro. Like
Oh,
I know
yeah.
that's why you shouldn't do it.
Like for me,
I mean, like, to me, that's why you shouldn't do that.
for me, I feel like it would be like shit. I got the chance to tattoo Lewis Hamilton, and he's asking me for the stuff, but I know in my head that that's not going to be stuff that I would want him to show off if someone was like, "Yo, who does your tattoos?" Because it's like, it's
I
don't
think
know.
that's when you have that real conversation with them and you explain what you do. I was like, hey man, I don't tell you how to drive F1 cars, do I? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how to drive. You know how to do that shit. I know how to do this. Now let me show you the way, bro.
And I'm not saying this is easy either. It's a task to take on to tattoo all the way down someone's finger, a perfectly straight line, or just do a request of someone high end like that. Like
Correct.
without, you got to do what they want basically. So I would just be worried on the back end, like of, this. It's like my peers would even
But
tell
I
me,
don't-
"Yo, you should have done that bigger."
I don't
Like,
think you have to do what they want. I think you can give them what they want in a way that is going to work.
Yeah, is correct.
I think
I
that's
think
the
that's-
end of the day.
That's easier said than done, though, when,
It is.
like, especially your nerves are like, oh shit, look, you want to please this guy. You don't
Mhm.
want to just step on their toes. You don't want that person to be like, all right, well, I'll just go somewhere else because I can find anybody. Like, you want to work them so that you have that under your belt and that on your resume. So, like, you don't want to say the wrong thing.
I don't know, man. I feel like I go Gabe on this.
Yeah, you would, Gabe would, but I don't think most people will.
I don't think most people will. I think most people would just cave, and I'd be like, look, man, like you came here, I'm going to do a grit tattoo on you. You can have somebody else who's going to just take your money because you're fucking Lewis Hamilton and just do what the fuck you want. But I want to do a good tattoo on you, homie.
And he's like, money.
You know? And he's going to be like...
He's like, money? What money?
And I think, honestly, that's going to be like respect, bro. I feel like you'll get respect if you give him the straight up of like, look, bro, like, you care about what you do. I care about what I do. I don't want to do some bullshit on you just because you're a fucking famous dude and I could take your money, bro.
At least give him the option.
Yeah.
At least give him the option. That way, you know, you laid it out. And if not,
gotta be real.
You know how it's going to heal. I'm going to tell you how it's going to heal.
Exactly. And I feel like that's where it comes down to, man. And like, I've been around like some big celebrities. I've never been starstruck except for one celebrity. That's when I met Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. I was completely starstruck. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, you know, be cool.
It was kind of crazy. Be cool, man. Just be cool. Come on.
It's a crazy feeling, man. Cause like at the same time, they're just normal human like you. And that's what you want to think when you walk in there. It's like, yeah, man, this is a great opportunity. He's probably going to be really nice and act normal. And like, then when they actually step in the room, you're like, oh shit, like, how do I approach this? You know, and each time it gets easier, but you know,
for sure.
The first few is like, holy shit, do I act different? Are they going to act different?
You don't know, like, you want to feel better immediately. You'll be like, man, you take sticky shits like everybody else. Get the fuck out of here.
You think about like them pushing like a hot dump.
Yeah, dude.
You're
human as fuck, bro.
Problems as ever.
Bro, you were human as fuck, bro. Get out of here.
One of my favorite memories is seeing Nicole get starstruck because she saw Dr. Quinn, the medicine woman. It's like, oh my God, it's Dr. Quinn.
Oh, man.
That's so good. It's so good. Yo, let's go to the next person. Who's the next person on this line?
Forgot we were doing this.
Oh, I don't know these people. Who are these people? Dove Cameron. Who is she? Her.
Dove Cameron.
Oh, she looks beautiful.
Is she
pretty. I don't know, but I don't know who she is.
Is she the famous producer?
Yeah, see, these look a little bit better.
She
honestly.
keeps popping up every time I put in Dove for reference on Pinterest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dove Cameron?
These look a little bit better.
These look a little bit better. On her
hands.
The one on the hands look a little bit more, they look
finer.
Yeah.
Maybe not as dark because they're not as.
Well, that's what I meant earlier. What I meant by like Ariana's, that I was like, these feel rushed, you know, like these look like the person took, like they slowed down. They're like, yo, one dot at a time and we gonna get there. And they did it with like instead of just blasting one line in with like, you know, solid black, bro, it looks like these were put in with like a lighter, not straight black, little by little, way more delicately. And they got it to stay, not heavy blown out. It looks, at the end of the day with a hand, you rather it fade a tiny bit than just go.
I got my finger tattooed. I think it was at a convention in Miami, like not long ago, maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
And the dude had really cool designs, like super cool hand designs, finger designs. Like, you know what? I've never gotten one of these type of tattoos. This looks pretty fucking badass. It's pretty sharp and not like super feminine. It was like, it was dope. It was ornamental, basically. And he started doing it on my finger and I didn't feel it at all. Literally had like no
it's just
feeling.
probably gone.
Oh, it's literally, you can't see a remnant. You can't see a remnant of it. It's like, you can see one dot in a few spots. But,
yeah, dude.
I was like, man, what a pleasant tattoo. And for the first 5 days I was showing people, they're like, damn, that thing is clean. Cause it was clean as hell, man. But that thing fell smooth out of my hand.
It was a temporary tat.
Exactly. That's basically what it is. I'm like, damn, do I want this or not? I got a choice.
Oh man. I think that's what it is, yo. But like on Dove's hand, that like the lettering and the OE on the side, dude, that thing is money, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's controlled blowout. Like you can even see it. It's a little green.
It's a little green, but I love it.
Yeah, you can still see it.
It's good.
What's like unborn?
Unborn.
Yeah.
So dark.
I think that's wrong.
But I dig it.
I think it's wrong.
I think she's born now.
Crazy.
And
he's got the nice point, the pointy shit. You see,
he got some cyber sigilism.
Yeah.
He got that cyber sigilism on his chest.
What is that?
So cyber sigilism is like this pointy tribal that doesn't get filled in.
Okay.
Originated in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Oh, you know what? I've seen some good work like that.
The only one I've seen even remotely close like that, bro, G Money did it, and that shit was fire. And he did like a heart that was kind of chromed out with like the super fine on the girl's like forearm,
thanks.
bro. I think it was money.
You can see the
Thanks,
clear suit. You can see a little dragon.
Just don't zoom in
hand
on
popping
that.
out.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Might go to the arm. Actually, it looks like it goes underneath to the ribs. And he's got the fucking nip ring right
Oh,
in
you
my
got a
face.
nip ring in there.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of
Let me
mumble.
zoom out on that.
There's a lot of mumble rap tats.
Yeah.
You know.
He has a lot of tats that look like they were done by his homie in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, what a change though. And even
That's
like
a dangly
even
nip
like
ring.
the upper echelon and what they want out of tattooing is completely different than what they would want out of another luxury item. You know what I'm saying?
It's baffling, bro. It's wild.
Or is that the luxury item these days? Honestly, it could be. You know, obviously it kind of is because not many big celebrities have really well thought out projects. And I think a lot of that has to do with the time that they have to give you as well. You know, a lot of times they only have a few hours, so they have to leave, or they simply just like have so many trust issues with how famous they are and have people taking advantage of them that, you know, we're probably another one of those people on that list. You know, it's like, oh, this person wants the content. He wants to get the money out of me. And, you know, I'm probably never going to see him again, you know? So,
I mean, freaking.
yeah,
But,
is it the hot?
They're the ones seeking out the tattooer. It's not the other way around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's weird if it's weird for them to think that the artist is going to take advantage of them. If
And what's also very like, you know, flash in a barrel is like whenever a celebrity is around a person who's going to refer that tattoo, like, oh yeah, if you want to get that, you know, my boy does that. Most of the time it's not specific to the genre that they want. And that person just wants the opportunity to tattoo them.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it was, you know, I guess it's black and gray, but it was similar to me in the Bieber situation. I did the wings on the back of his neck, and, you know, do I do straight line work wings all the time? No, not at all.
how did you get that opportunity?
Showing up to the club too many times. Yeah. When I lived in Miami, I was okay. I think this is the real story though. The real story is, I used to go to Live all the time, tattoo a few guys there, and some of the higher ups. And,
Live life.
and yeah, right. Over and done with now. But I did. I went so much with like a team of people, and was always there enjoying myself. And I don't really drink, so I was always interacting with the people trying to do business. Like, you know, most
focused.
most of the time though, I went through a period of like 2-3 years where I was insane and was not focused. But then I, you know, caught my bearings, and that was the point of me, you know, kind of gaining all this, you know, knowledge of who I'm talking to when I'm out and why I'm talking to them, shit like that. And I at one point I was down there, I was working for Chris Nunez for Make Masters, Miami Inc. I'm sure you guys know, but for anyone listening that didn't know the name right off the bat, but one of my really good friends and mentors in Delaware partnered up with Nunez on his shop, Handcrafted, down in Miami, and I got the opportunity to work there. And one night I was just out, you know, like normal, and I got a call. I think they called Chris first to try and get him because Mo, who was working at Live, guy that ran Live, was really good friends with Chris. In fact, I think they were roommates at one point. So he was the first call, and it was like 1:00 in the morning. So he didn't answer. So I think I got the next call. I think that was the story that I heard, which is fine with me. You know, I got the hand-me-down call, but like it was enough, you know, showing my face and you know, talking that it was like, okay, well, if Chris is not going to do it, let's call Dan, you know? So I was definitely honored to do it. But the opportunity really, man, both of them, even the future thing, like I had a good friend named Rambo, photographer, videographer, great guy too, director, owns his own company, and now that's doing really, really well out in LA. But he was just shooting Future one day, like for his campaign for one of his albums. I think it was High Off Life. And Future just saw his tattoo and was like, yo, fly that guy out here. Like it wasn't anything, you know, people ask me how it happened all the time, and you want to give them this grandiose story. And but honestly, I feel lucky, man. Like I don't feel like did I do something to get there? Yeah, obviously, but do I know what it is necessarily? No, it was just right place, right time, knowing some people that, you know, really had my back. It was a lot of other people's doing that got me this, you know, and I just showed my face enough to be the one guy that's like, oh, he does tattoos. Like if anyone ever asks us, we'll send them to him.
Being present.
It's being present, being at the right place at the right time. And I think any, you know, celebrity that I've ever tattooed is because I built a friendship with someone who could vouch for me. And they were like, yeah, man, you're good with this. They'll take care of you. You're going to be good.
Yeah. Your story is very similar to how I wound up tattooing Pete Davidson, because John tattooed Pete many times. And then one day Pete came to the shop. He's like, is John here? Like, nah. He's like, all right, you want to tattoo me? It's like, all right.
Yeah, bro. And you know what though? I've had a lot of people tell me, man, like, and I don't say this in a bad way. Sometimes I like get tired of like talking about those particular moments sometimes because they did happen like a little while ago. And of course, like I would love a fresh run at that. And like, I don't live in the same place anymore where it's so active like that. So I'm cool with, normal people make our lives go around. You know what I mean? It's not always the celebrity. Yeah, exactly. So
my favorite people to tattoo.
But yeah, it's cool experiences, man. It really is. But I don't weigh it so hard. It's more like learning lessons, how to deal with people who are going to have different personalities and different ways of looking at things in situations that you don't, because you've never stepped foot in that land. And there's a lot of shit that I didn't want to understand or didn't understand at all, like the way that things would go down. And then eventually it become quite clear to me why they were doing that, or just the fact that like, wow, like that person's really astute. They're emotionally in control of themselves. They didn't say anything weird to me. They didn't do anything weird. And, even if I did come across like I said, I need, what I'm owed.
Yeah.
They never said anything out of line. Like they're very composed up at that level. It's like a lot of shit you just got to let, fly off your shoulders. Like it don't matter. You got to brush it off. And, for someone like us that doesn't experience that all the time, that might get to a normal person, but for them, and it's so much worse. They're in the blogs every day. They're in the news every day. They're getting lied on, social media, and different people coming out saying different shit. Like, I think being that famous is even, it's got to be tough.
It has to be.
Got to be tough. I don't know, even if you wished for it, I'd rather have the money, selling concrete than being in the public eye all the time.
Like yeah, for sure.
But that's a personality too. Like I used to love being, limelight type of person because I thought that's what, got you the respect or notice, but it's not. That's again, lightning in the bottle thing that you enjoy and experience, and then poof, it's kind of gone, like
for sure.
Well, that's a good deep dive on celebrity tattooing.
Yeah.
Which I think, for as many people or artists that have tattooed famous people, there's still only a couple of people that come to mind, maybe 3 that come to mind that have been able to really capitalize on it and make something really big out of it.
Yeah.
One being like Bang Bang, of course, number 1 guy,
Ganga.
And Ganga being the second, crushed it, like just turned something huge out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you.
Steve Wiebe.
Steve Wiebe,
Insane. His clientele isn't
it's a
regular. It's not a regular person on it.
No, it's not a regular person. He tattooed one of my boys here in the city. Shout out to my boy 4G Seller, bro. He came to his store to just buy some stuff, and he was like, "Oh, you're a tattoo artist? I want you to tattoo me." He was like, "All right, cool," and just drop him on. I was like, "All right."
And his work, bro.
Yeah,
and his work is so clean. Like I don't know if you've ever really zoomed in on it, and it's so
it's really nice. And there's one more person that I was going to throw in that, and that is Scott Campbell, who has tattooed a lot of, he did like Travis Scott's head. He's got a bunch of tattoos and a lot of really big celebrities.
Yeah.
And I think
Mr.
overall,
K.
Mr. K, I'm going to put him in, like,
with the little stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but I think Mr. K is the product of Bang Bang.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he created that.
Sure.
Like Mr. K's a tattooer, man, but without Bang Bang being the plug, Bang Bang's the plug, man, and respect to Keith, because he created an empire. And I worked for Bang Bang many years ago, and when he first told me the vision that he had for his shop, I was like, no fucking way, bro, ain't nobody paying this much money for these tattoos. He proved everybody wrong.
Like, look at me now.
He thinks differently.
He proved everybody wrong. And I think that the way that he put it, and Ed, his cousin who's been working for him for a long time, the way that they put it to me was as simple as this. You can sell chapstick for $1, or you can sell Chanel branded chapstick for $50. And people will buy it because it says Chanel. It's still just chapstick. And I'm sorry, some of the, you can get a tiny little star tattoo at a shop down the street, you can get a tiny little star shot tattoo at Bang Bang for like 10 times the price.
Yeah.
And people will pay it because they got it there. They got the experience of being there. They know that the celebrities that have walked through their doors, and they want to feel a little bit of that, you know, just like the outfits that we were talking about with these celebrities. People want to feel like they're part of that. They want to buy into that experience of like,
it's an experience.
Oh man, that celebrity is walking down the red carpet rocking this Christian Dior shit. I'm going to go to Christian Dior tomorrow and buy my shit so I can just feel a little closer to them. And that is just excellent marketing. And as much as we sometimes hate on it because we're like, this is fucking ridiculous, it's fucking genius, man.
I remember
it's really smart.
Sorry, I know you want to wrap up. I remember one marketing thing he did that I went to lunch when I guest spotted. You know, it was nice to have a little bit in common just being from Delaware. And he's from Delaware as well. So it's a funny like state to be from. When we have a lot of good tattooers, I think, that come out of Delaware. Aside, you know, for myself, not even talking about myself, just Eric Marcinison, BJ Betts, Shane O'Neill, Bang Bang, you know, a lot of good people that people don't know are from Delaware. And I went to lunch with him, and he just like casually rolled up with Thierry Henry, superstar soccer player.
Super nice guy, by the way. I've met him a few times. Super nice guy.
And the conversations, bro, that they had, like, I think he was talking about like Bang was talking about his brand and just wanting to kind of take it like a Disney, like he wants to open like a theme park. Like his way of thinking is just entertainment and keeping people coming into your space, and like they always have something to look forward to. And I remember him telling me about one time where one of their marketing strategies was like, and I hope he doesn't care I'm saying this, but one of his marketing strategies was going for big companies' marketing budgets.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they had anything left over from that marketing budget, you know, he wanted to be in there tattooing people that were running through that event with whatever. And I think he did it for the NBA party, and they rented the third floor, and the NBA party was on the second floor. I think they got paid like 25, 30K to just be there. Just be there, even if nobody did get tattooed. Because, you know, NBA has a budget. If they don't spend the budget, your budget gets lowered the next year because you apparently didn't need it. So why not just spend all of it on whatever kind of made sense?
Absolutely.
Bang tattooed so many NBA players. You know, it's just a genius way of marketing.
It absolutely is. And that's, you know, there's opportunity, and it's all about how big can you think? How big can you move? And are you going to do what it takes to get it? That's all that it is. So thank you guys so much for joining us again for an awesome episode of the podcast. I learned a lot just from talking to you guys.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Let me thank our Patreon supporters. Each week, we like to thank all the new patrons that jump on. And we have, let me read these. Ready? We got Nando, Max Crow, Becca Joy, Dustin Garcia, Jeremy from Albany, Cash, and Lucas Therian. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Big
we
crew
appreciate
that jumped
it.
on this week.
Hell yeah.
If you want to be like those guys and help support the show, head over to patreon.com/honest tattoo, select the tier that's appropriate for you, and you can become a patron supporter. You'll get the after show at every level, which is just a little bit of extra content that doesn't make it to the regular show. So jump on. Help us out.
And I'm going to tell you guys right now in the after show how to do some solid freaking finger and palm tats that stay. And if you want to know, you better sign up. We'll see you in the next one, guys.
Peace.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Bye.